Good evening. Welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to be here. It is April the 4th, Friday, April the 4th, and we made it another week. So, before I even get into all that, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Okay. So, I wanted to just kind of recap this week. You know what kind of week it's been. We going through the same trauma, okay? We're going through the same economic trauma. But today we're talking about my swing trading journey and how this week has gone for me. And I just kind of wanted to document something that happened this week. And it kind of just opened my eyes to one part of my something that has always been an issue with me. And if you maybe you can relate, okay? There are times in my life when I am too early to a thing. And if I'm not too early, I am too late. Why can't I be on time? Why can't I be there when the good is happening? You know? So, well, I think it was like last Friday, I did a video about an IPO that was coming out, which was Newsmax, right? Newsmax. Gosh, yes, maybe it is. I don't know. It was on that Tuesday. Let me tell you what I did. Because I realized when the people say, you have to keep your emotions separated from trading. When I was an emotional wreck on Tuesday, let me tell you what happened. Okay, so every morning I work on my trading between 7 and 9. Okay. So it's just like it's a part time job for me. 7 to 9. I get up, I look at the trades before, I look at my portfolio, I go through all the new IPO lists, I go through, just prepare myself, right? So I started working my full time job and I just pulled up the Newsmax on Fidelity. It hadn't went live yet. And let me tell you, at 11 o'clock, I just so happened to refresh the screen, and that stock was like $16 a share. And I was like, okay, I got to figure out. See, I hadn't figured out how many shares I was going to buy. Okay. So when I figured out what I was going to do, it couldn't have been 11:30. It went from $16 to like 40 some dollars. At this time, I'm making like life changing decisions, right? Because that's just too much, you know? And then when I finally went in to figure out how much I was going to buy, the trading was paused because of all the volatility. It was paused for a moment. I kept refreshing, kept refreshing. Let me tell you, when that stock came back, it was 60 some dollars a share. I was done. I closed it out. I can't. But we already had this conversation, right? The next morning, when I logged into that computer, that stock was $135 a share. $135 from $16. Do you see what I mean? I was checking it too early and then I was too late. And right now the stock is like around 50 something dollars today, but I'm just saying that is the story of my life. I'm too early or I'm too late. Okay? But in addition to that IPO, there's another IPO that came out this week, and that IPO was um, SMA, and it's like storage something. I have to look on my computer for it, but it's SMA. And that stock, when it first came out, honey, I was there. You could only God could keep me from it. Okay, so I think it started trading at about $32 a share, and I just bought me what I buy. I bought 20 shares at $32. And that is the only stock today that barely went into the red today. The only one. All of the others are deep into the red except for that one. So, the lesson I learned this week is to not take it personal. It is not personal. It is not a race, and it is not personal. I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed I wasn't there on time. I wasn't there to reap the benefits. I just have to let it go. And even the stock right now was in the 50s. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Mm-mm. I just couldn't do it. So that was my little story for the week. But in spite of all that, I did look. I'm taking advantage of this dip. Do you understand? Do you understand the stock market is back to like 2020? 2020, I didn't have no money. 2020, we were up to our necks in debt. That was my first debt-free journey. And we survived COVID. We survived our jobs. Well, what? Just not downsizing the staff, but the workload was, you know, decreased, and then we working remote. So I survived that. But the stock market, I could not partake of it because I didn't have any money. But we have some savings this time. Okay, I don't know if we can build generational wealth. Okay, because that might have passed. But we're building something. We are building something. Okay, we are late to the party, but we are building it. Okay, so these are the stocks I took advantage of this week. CRMV, it was at $38 a share. Delta Airlines. When I look, about 2 weeks ago, Delta was in the 50s. I was able to purchase Delta today at $38.04. RXO. RXO is a like LTL transportation company. And when I used to dispatch, we used to book loads on RXO. $14 a share. They were, come on now. The stock market's on sale. It's on sale. Okay. That was the last one. And I told you about SMA. I got it for $32 a share. So those are the stocks. Oh, and one more. BAI. Okay. So I just so happened this is a AI ETF. That's what it is. And the stock was at $19.68 and it plummeted to 1968. Okay, so those are the stocks that I purchased this week. My goal for April was to earn $500 from just trading. Right now, as of this Friday, today, I have earned $148 from trading. So yes, I was up in CRWV. And I bought 20 shares and I sold 7. When it hit like $62 a share, I sold 7 shares. And my profit from that was $135. And I sold something else and my profit was like $10. So my goal is to earn another $350 this month from trading. And I am not pulling out the cash. What I'm trying to do is to get my brokerage up to 25,000 so that I can pattern day trade. That is the goal. Okay. So let me tell you, if I'm out here trading stocks with my country self, you better go in that closet, get all them coins out of that jar. I know you got in that closet. Go and cash them in, put them in your checking account, and whatever account you have. I don't care if it's Fidelity, I don't care if it's Schwab or Vanguard, whatever you have. You take that change and you put it into the market while it's low. Okay? I'm talking to you. Because if I'm out here doing this, listen, you can. And I know that sometimes the thing that you don't understand, that thing keeps you afraid of moving forward. It keeps you afraid from taking a step. It keeps you afraid of making a mistake. The fear of doing something and then making a mistake. But listen, there is no judgment here. There is no condemnation here. Listen, you go to Kroger, you cash them coins in, and you get you some stocks in this stock market because she is on sale. Okay. Don't go to Kroger. Don't go to Target. Don't go to Walmart. Okay. Because we are saving our money and we're going to invest because our wealth is not built from saving. Our wealth is built from investing. And I have to keep telling myself that too because I am a saver. I will save and suffer. Okay. I will save and need and still save because that's just me. I don't want to like it's like a poverty mindset, and I've had to confront these mindsets that I've developed over these years, and one is poverty because I save the way I do because I don't want not to have. But the truth is, I can't build wealth just by saving. I can only build wealth by investing. And then I have to take myself and detach my emotions from the money, from the transactions that I'm making. This has been a powerful lesson for me, a powerful lesson I've had to confront about myself and my relationship with money and my relationship with investing. So, listen, you get them coins out the car. I know y'all got some. I pulled some out of my car today, a whole handful of change. Okay, some of these stocks are $5, $6, $9. Okay, who knows what they're going to be after the powers that be do what they supposed to be doing. There's something they're supposed to be doing. Okay, once everything gets back to what it used to be, there's your wealth. Because to be honest, wealth, the concept of wealth being developed through hard work is a scam. It is a scam. And in this stage of my life, I no longer want to just trade my work hours, my time for money. At this point, I just want to trade for money. And that is what we're doing. So it's been a challenging week, but it has been an eye-opening experience for me, maneuvering my way through swing trading. So I hope that you all had a wonderful week, and I pray that whatever your heart desires, that God gives it to you. I thank you for watching this video. I thank all the people that have watched any video of mine. I thank you. And I pray that you have a wonderful night. And until the next video, stay blessed. Good night.